Very good morning guys, welcome back to Two Brother Vlogs. I hope you've seen the previous video. This is going to be a continuation to that, and if you haven't, check that video and come to this. In this video I am actually going to do my first ever review of a motorcycle, or it's going to be two motorcycles. It's the BMW310 Twins. So I don't want to waste any more time of yours. Let's dive straight into the video. This fellow.
Yeah.
This fellow is taking us to Starbucks, which I hate.
We can go to Funnel Hill, your favorite place.
I've been there too many times in the recent past.
So there is...
we'll go Starbucks. It's been a long time. I'll drink some iced tea in Starbucks.
Okay. Iced tea in Funnel Hill was good.
I know. And they give unlimited
unlimited? I never got it. I never knew.
You're a dumbo, no. It is free refill in Funnel Hill.
Beep.
So we went to Ducati,
and
that is a Ducati Panigale which went, that's it.
But I realized after today's visit, it's better to buy second-hand Ducatis, get them verified and buy.
Whatever macha, second-hand you won't have the kind of happiness in first-hand bikes.
I know, but
one thing, did you realize this road has become a freaking showroom?
Automobile center.
Yeah, automobile hub.
Autonagar.
Ay baboy. Yeah.
If anyone seeing from Vijayawada, you know, Andhra, in Vijayawada there is a place called Autonagar. You'll find all
autos there.
Comment get kottande.
Yeah, so the Honda Big Wing showroom is coming up on this road. And surprisingly, even Citroën, the French. Citroën.
Citroën.
Mast rehta re French. You know, honestly, when French guys speak French, they sound very
Au revoir.
Au revoir. And they have a lot of awe and awe. This I'm telling you with experience because there are a lot of French guys in my company. It sounds really hilarious when they speak English. It gives you jeeps, it gives you creeps in your bottoms.
But when a girl speaks, it sounds romantic.
I don't know, but whatever. French guys speaking English. Okay, chalo, Starbucks direct. Bye. Okay, bahut ho gaya baat hai. Wapas U-turn. You know why? Because Charan he grew crazy.
I see.
He wants to
310R.
test ride that. The BMW GS 310. So you're like two reviews, two different opinions about the BMW. मैं भी चलाऊंगा, ये भी चलाएगा, दोनों चलाएंगे. उसके बाद Starbucks जाएंगे because किशोर को अभी तक आया नहीं कमीना साला. So by the time he comes, we'll do this and go to Starbucks. So Tata, see you, bye. अभी मास्क निकालना रे पीछे से. I'll be following you wherever you stop. So guys, we are actually test riding both these bikes, the 310 GS and the 310R. Both these are competition to the KTM series of bikes, 390 series.
Now that they're priced actually well.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know the specs, and I'm not going to review the specs or something. I'm just going to review it like a normal everyday guy riding these bikes.
Comparing
it with the KTMs. It's a simple fancy dash. So it's got the Odo gear position indicator, the time, fuel, the rev meter is at the bottom. It is good. It is functional. There's not much to it, but it is good. Okay, the first thing what you'll notice about the 310 GS according to me is the riding position. It is actually very comfortable. It is slightly lean forward, and but if somebody is over 6 foot, this bike I don't think is going to be very comfortable. It might be a little bit cramped for them because right now the seat edge is actually against my backside. So somebody who's taller might face a difficulty in actually gripping the bike comfortably, because you can't actually push. Like, I'm at the furthermost back position, but this is actually a very comfortable bike. Actually, I can as well say that this is mosquito repellent. Braking is nice. Braking is actually really nice for a single. When you come to vibration, I'm very surprised that there's not much vibration. Like when you compare it to the KTM's.
Oh, everything shakes.
Yeah. There's hardly any vibration on the handlebar. Very minimal on the pegs as well. Yeah. I hope that's not drainage water, but it's spilled all over my shirt. Braking is decent again. In this front, even the KTM actually has good braking. I can't say anything bad about that. But oh shit, I don't want water all over me again. The biggest gripe for me so far is the turn into a corner. It is not very planted. It might be down to the tire. You don't feel that kind of confidence when you're actually turning in. It is adequately powered, adequate brakes, very good looks. In fact, both these bikes now look absolutely fabulous. There's nothing which is bad about the looks. The seat again, when you compare it to a KTM, it is much plusher. But again, I would say even this is on the harder side. For a longer distance, that is actually in a way good because there's not too much of leeway for you. After we take a ride, we'll actually try and stop it somewhere so we can have a look at these bikes in person. Yes, for the ride height, I am particularly not a very tall rider. I'm about 5'9" and a half, and I'm like flat footing both my feet very comfortably, so there is absolutely no problem in that. The clutch, two-finger movement, pretty easy on that. Switch care quality is definitely better than the KTM's. Definitely. Top pack of this bike should be about that 130-140 mark. Again, it appears to be cruising very comfortably at about 80 to that 100-kilometer mark. And see, you just heard those kids, right? It garners that kind of attention, being the brand that it is. Another factor now, comparing again to the KTM line of bikes or 390 series KTM bikes, the engine heat management. I've been at this signal for the last 1.5 minutes now, and the bike is not getting hot. Again, I'm comparing it to the 390 KTM. It is not getting as hot as, you cannot hear the radiator fan which goes on and on the 390s there. But I think, or again, I'll give you the pros and cons of both which I felt so far. The 390 felt a little more sprightly, a little more powerful. This is a little more linear when it comes to the torque spread or the power band. Sorry? So the power band on this is a lot more linear. It's about 3.5 lakhs. Huh? So again, the brand value of this bike is what is definitely way, brand positioning of a BMW. Again, see, these people are asking about, you know, something like this. It looks more expensive than what it is. So the person right next to me is like, you know, you can get a car for this price of about 3 lakhs, which is very unlikely. But again, it's a brand value. A BMW on a bike logo, or I mean on a bike with a BMW logo on it, has that kind of attention no matter where you go. So I think I'll just hop onto the GS now. That thing has got... So what I really loved about this bike is, look at that. The headlight looks absolutely amazing. It is a tiny package. The color scheme, again, it is your personal choice, but I find the red a little too tacky on this. But yeah, beautiful piece of machine. I really liked it. Now onto the GS, the big boy. So again, this is again a much bigger machine, with the same engine obviously. Even on this bike, a person of my height, or I should say my inseam, can actually flat foot on both the sides, just about it. But somebody shorter should not have a problem as well, because these bikes are light. Let's go. You have so much more room on this bike. Again, you sit way more upright, you're way more comfortable. Again, I don't know why do these guys do it, but you will definitely, for touring, you'll need a much bigger windshield. The other one doesn't have a windshield, which is fine, but this one definitely needs much bigger windshield. And I have just ridden the KTM 390 Adventure, and I'm actually, over the past couple of days, and I'm coming to this bike. The handling of that is better, hands down it is better. And one more thing which I don't like about this bike are, I'll show you, are these plastics around. They are of good quality, mind you, but they look cheap. They actually look cheap. As into the touch, it felt better than what it looks. It's got the same power as the other bike, obviously, which we were just riding. But the KTM 390 Adventure for me has a much better handling when or you know, it's like confidence inspiring. This is not as not as pliant in a turn immediately. You know, once you just sit on this bike, you understand that it is a little more lethargic in the turns compared to that. Obviously I can't compare this bike to what I ride, but in its own segment I would rate the 390 Adventure over this, and I would rate the GS over the KTM 390. So there is a win. This is a very strange scenario which I generally don't like it, but where I'm just I have a very small stint on this bike, but yeah, definitely. That is how this thing looks. It is big, it is imposing. It has got that street presence again. It's got the BMW logo. But compare this to the 390 Adventure, the 390 Adventure any day for me, hands down. So this wins for me over the 390 KTM, and that loses to the Adventure.
Which one do you like?
I find the KTM 390 Adventure better than that, and I like this over the normal 390 Duke.
Correct. But in these two, which do you like?
This.
Oh, I too.
That is
kind of numb.
There's no feel.
This one?
This is good. Only thing is, people who are tall will find it cramped.
That's...
Because of this. There's not much of room. Seat room nahi hai.
Yeah. Way better.
Oh yeah, you can't compare these bikes to the Benelli except for the sound. Sound on the Benelli was good.
Yeah.
And we are here at Starbucks, but I just wanted to give you guys an update about the pricing. This is the latest pricing which is available. Okay. Yeah, sorry, this fellow went haywire with the honking there. So the G310, the naked one, G310R, is costing 3,03,800 rupees on road Hyderabad, and the G310 GS, the KTM 390 Adventures competitor, is 3,44,040 rupees on road. Both these are with 9% life tax. So again, you can compare the pricing to the KTM. Again, it's become much closer now, and these bikes are definitely on. These bikes are definitely a competition and something to actually look out for, and also shortlist them in your options if you are in the market for one of these two. Again, final verdict, which one?
I like the R so much more. I can't compare it with Dukes because I think people who want that performance, they'll go for Dukes, but people who want the brand and get into that BMW thing, they might pick the 310. Within 310, I like the R more than the GS.
Yeah, GS didn't have that kind of connect to the road. It felt a little lost, very honestly.
Mainly because I think the suspension and the higher ground clearance is so high. For that power,
even for the 310, even the turn-ins are not that great. If you observed it, I don't know whether
I
that
didn't
was
push that much. But
if it was something to do with the tires.
So R, it felt like it wanted to be pushed.
And definitely the brand value is there. Like I still, even today, if I'm on the Ducati, people don't ask me as much about the bike. BMW garners that. In this small test ride of mine, 3 people ask me, what bike is this, how much? So Ducati, you don't get that still. BMW logo has that brand value. If you want for the brand value, you don't have an option there. You can definitely blindly. Chalo, time for some Starbucks. Bye.